Good evening, and welcome to the golden age of radio. Tonight, with your help, we're going to recreate those wonderful days when radio was America's favorite form of entertainment. We say we'll need your help because the magic of radio was created in the minds of the listeners, those who are willing to put aside the realities of the workaday world and enter the wonderful world of comedy with Jack Benny, Fred Allen, Amos and Andy, the soap opera world of Stella Dallas, Ma Perkins, and young Dr. Malone, and the mysterious world of Inner Sanctum, The Shadow, and I Love a Mystery. The continuing story of three adventurers named Jack Packard, a tough guy from somewhere in the Midwest, and Doc Long, just a good old boy from down Texas, and Reggie York, an intrepid Englishman. And who will ever forget that memorable episode when the Lone Ranger turned to his faithful Indian companion and said, "Well, Tonto, looks like we might not escape this Apache ambush." To which Tonto replied, "Oh, what you mean we, white man?" They were wonderful days when a few gifted performers, an agile sound effects man, and appropriate music could whisk us through a series of adventures that Hollywood could never afford to recreate. Well, maybe you have to be an old man to remember those days, but as long as your imagination stays young, you're welcome in the golden age of radio.
KTCC Radio Cascade. Don't touch that dial.
And now, from the beautiful Starlight Room, high atop the fabulous Questwell Motel, just a few scenic miles north of everybody's favorite city, San Francisco, we welcome you to an evening of music and mirth. Come back with us now as we recall the big names and the big band hits of yesteryear. One of the era's biggest hits was recorded by Ella Fitzgerald, Harry James, and Glenn Miller. Here's Tuxedo Junction.
Doom, 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 ba-doom, ba-doom. Doom, 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 ba-doom, ba-doom. Feeling low, do-ah, do-ah, rock and slow. Wanna go right back where I belong. Way down south in Birmingham, I mean south in Alabama, no place where people go to dance the night away. They don't drive you wide or walk 4 miles to get down in that southern south. So jive that makes you want to dance till break of day. It's a junction where the town folk meet. Hear that beat at each function. In their talks they greet you. On down, and your care. On down, you'll find me there. So long town goodbye, I'm headed for Tuxedo Junction now. Goodbye, see you there. On down, I know, here I come, Tuxedo Junction now. Way down south in
Thank you, gentlemen. And now, we pause for a few brief words from our sponsors.
Have you flying sweet? Therefore we with all of our friends. Won't you fly sweet? For we
the longest and most illustrious careers in show business began in 1925 on station WLW in Cincinnati. We invite you now to sit back and enjoy some of America's most memorable music, a medley of hits by the Mills Brothers.
Blue skies up above, why everyone's in love. Up a lazy river, how happy you can be. Oh, up a lazy river with me. Whoa, 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 up a lazy river by the old mill run. That lazy, lazy river in the noonday sun. Linger in the shade of a kind old tree. Throw away your troubles, dream a dream with me. Go up a lazy river where the robin's song awaits a bright new morning. We can lope along with blue skies up above. Everyone's in love. Way up a lazy river with where I can buy a paper doll that I can call my own, a doll that other fellows cannot steal. And then the flirty, flirty guys with their flirty, flirty eyes will have to flirt with dollies a reel. When I come home at night, she will be waiting. She'll be the truest doll in all this world. I'd rather have a paper doll to call my own than have a fickle-minded real-life girl. So glow, little glowworm, glimmer, glimmer, shine, little glowworm, glimmer, glimmer. Lead us, let's to far we wander. The sweet voices calling yonder. Shine, little glowworm, glimmer, glimmer. Hey there, don't get dimmer, dimmer. I got a gal that I love so. Glow, little glowworm, glow. Glow, little glowworm, glow. Glow, little glowworm, glow. Cab driver, driver, drive by Mary's place. I just want a chance to see her face. Don't stop the meter, let it rain. And driver, driver, drive by Mary's place. Cab driver, once more round the block. Never mind the ticking of the clock. And don't stop the meter, let it race. Cab driver, drive by Mary's. Yada-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, baby, I'm racking my brain to think of a name to give to this tune, this American tune. And maybe the old king will give it a fling, and that'll start everyone humming the thing. The melody starts, repeats and repeats, and if you can swing, it's got a good beat, and that's the main thing to make it complete, cause everyone is swinging today. So roll it all and hope this one is hot for Sammy K. Hey, 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 it's Opus 1, it's hot to swing and sway, baby. And Mr. Les Brown can make the renown, and Ray Anthony can rock it for me. There's never a doubt, it'll knock itself out whenever you hear Opus one more time. And old Les Brown can make a renown, and Ray Anthony can rock it for me. There's never a doubt, it'll knock you out whenever you hear Opus number 1. One more time, oh, the songs that the Mills Brothers sang and sang and sang.
Thank you, gentlemen. That was marvelous as always. Friends, don't you hate it when those life of the party types take over? And pretty soon everybody's singing along with their darned accordion or mandolin. Well, it's time to stop making excuses and start making music. That's right. I said making music. And it's so easy with your Hollywood kazoo kit. With our genuine state-of-the-art kazoo and easy-to-read instruction manual, you'll soon be on your way to popularity. Watch the amazed expression on your friends' faces as you casually take your kazoo from its genuine plastic carrying case. Watch those other guys gnash their teeth as you swing into a toe-tapping rendition of the William Tell Overture. Sound exciting? You bet. Just send $19.95, no checks, cash only please, to Hollywood Kazoo Kit, 125 Tudor Drive, Humboldt, California. But hurry, supplies are limited, and so are your chances for social success. Send in today. The sponsor thanks you. Tonight, we are pleased to welcome one of the nation's premier quartets, the musical stars of the Babe and the 1988 international champion Chiefs of Staff. They will favor us with their rendition of the great Patti Page hit, Old Cape Cod. Gentlemen.
Church bells chiming on a Sunday morn remind you of the town where you were born. If you're fond of sand dunes and salty air and quaint little villages here and there, you're sure to fall in love with old Cape Cod, with old Cape Cod. If you like the taste of a lobster stew, served by a window with an ocean view, you're sure to fall in love with old Cape Cod. Winding roads that seem to beckon you, miles of green beneath the skies of blue. Church bells chiming on a Sunday morn remind you of the town where you were born. If you spend an evening you want to stay, watching the moonlight on Cape Cod Bay, you're sure to fall in love with old Cape Cod. You're sure to fall in love with old Cape Cod.
Well, now you know everything you've ever read about live radio and how dangerous it was. That's the way it goes sometimes. We do thank you, men. That was beautiful. Some songs are overnight hits and seem to disappear just as fast. Only a few catch the ear and tug at the heartstrings of America. These are the songs that all the great artists want to record. Helen Forrest, Dick Haymes, Tony Bennett, Frank Sinatra, just a few of the big names that have given us memorable renditions of It Had to Be You.
Why do I do just as you say? Why must I just give you away? Why do I sigh? Why do I try to forget? It must have been that something lovers call fate kept on saying. I had to wait. I saw them all, just couldn't fall till we met. It had to be you, just you. It had to be you, only you. I wandered around, finally found somebody who could make me be true, so true, could make me be blue, oh so blue, and even be glad just to be sad, thinking of you, only you. Some others I'd see, I'd never be me, so me. I'd never be cross, try to be boss, they wouldn't do, for nobody else gave me a thrill, with all your faults, I love you still. It had to be you, wonderful you, had to be you, just you. Some others I'd see, might never be me, so me. Might never be cross, try to be boss, they wouldn't do, for nobody else gave me a thrill, with all my heart I love you still. It had to be you, wonderful you. It had to be you. It had to be you.
And now we pause again for just a bit of friendly advice from one of our sponsors, Friends. Do your tough guy buddies tell jokes and make sly remarks about you just because you work in an office and wear a tie? Well, it's time to stop sniveling and start smelling. That's right, I said smelling. And it's so easy with your Hollywood scent kit. A full range of familiar odors that will make you one of the boys instantly. Want to smell like old work boots? A gym locker? Cheap cigars and beer? No problem. Just a dab of drop of the appropriate scent anywhere that's convenient. No hard rubbing required. In just moments, a distinctive aroma will fill the room and your friends will turn green with envy. Sound exciting? You bet. Just send $19.95, no checks, cash only please, to Hollywood Scent Kit, 125 Odora Drive, Someroma, California. But hurry, supplies are limited, and so are your chances at social success. Send in today.
Pepsi-Cola, it's the spot, Local Mountain, that's a lot. Price says, but for a nickel too. Pepsi-Cola is the drink for you. Nickel, 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 nickel.
12 full ounces for a nickel.
I'm the only one in the place that can remember that.
His band gave us so many big hits. Almost everybody's favorite song was recorded by Glenn Miller. From the smooth styling of Moonlight Serenade to the pulsing beat of the St. Louis Blues March, the versatile Mr. Miller led the way. And now, our studio chorus welcomes you aboard one of his biggest hits, Chattanooga Choo Choo.
Hi there, pal, what you say? Step aside, partner, it's my day. Lend an ear, listen to my diversion of a really solid Tennessee excursion. On me, boys, at the Chattanooga Choo-Choo, track 29. Oh, you can give me a shine, shine my fine. I can afford to board the Chattanooga Choo-Choo. I've got my fare, and just a trifle to spare, so what do I care? You leave the Pennsylvania station about 3:45. Read a magazine and then you're in Baltimore. Dinner in the diner, nothing could be finer than to have your ham and eggs in Carolina. When you hear the whistle blow and take to the bar, then you know that Tennessee is not very far. Shovel on the bowling, I keep it rolling. Woo-hoo, Chattanooga, there you are. There's gonna be a certain party at the station. Satin and lace, Mather and Race, I used to call funny face, funny face. She's gonna cry till I tell her that I'll never go. So Chattanooga choo-choo, won't you choo-choo me home? Chattanooga, Chattanooga, oh Chattanooga, Chattanooga, oh Chattanooga choo-choo, won't you choo-choo me home? Choo-choo me home.
Some singers and bands just seem to be made for each other. Helen Forrest with Harry James, Tex Beneke with the Glenn Miller Band, and wonderful Frank Sinatra with Tommy Dorsey. Frank and Tommy were never better together than on their hit recording of our next musical interlude, a choral arrangement of I'll Be Seeing You.
Wishing
the melancholy chords of I'll Be Seeing You echo down the airwaves, it's time once again to bid farewell to the golden age of radio. We wish to thank our studio audience for helping to make this such a delightful journey down memory lane. Thanks also to the wonderful performers who brought the show to life and to our wonderful sponsors who made it all possible. This program originated in the Starlight Room, high atop the fabulous Cresswell Motel, and was a presentation of
KTCC Radio Cascade. Don't touch that dial.
Please stay tuned for the program which follows. Blockbuster entertainment by our guest artists, the 1988 International Quartet Champion, Chiefs of Staff.
Oh, what a day, Mr. Sunshine. Oh, what a splendid array, I say, the sky isn't blue, for a red rosy hue is there in the air today. Because I'm looking at the world through rose-colored glasses. Everything is rosy now. Rosy now. Looking at the world and everything that passes seems a rosy hue somehow. Why do I feel so spry? Don't wink your eye. Needn't guess, I'll confess. Certain someone just said yes. In a bungalow, all covered with roses, I will settle down. I vow, I vow. I'm looking at the world through rose-colored glasses, and everything is rosy now. I said goodbye to Mr. Sorrow. How do you do, Mr. Joy? No need to worry about tomorrow. Look at me, yes, and you will see a soul as happy as can be. Can be. Now, why do I feel so spry that I won't deny? Well, don't wink your eye. I'll tell you why. Sir, you need fresh jeepers, I'll confess. Certain little someone, she just said yes. In a bungalow, all covered with roses, I will settle down. I vow, I vow. I'm looking at the world through rose-colored glasses, looking at the world, and everything that passes seems rosy hue somehow. I vow, I vow, it's all rosy now. The old songs, those good old songs for me.
Hey, are we happy to be here tonight, singing the old songs and celebrating that barbershop style. And in beautiful Eugene, Oregon, right? Is the weather always like this out here? If so, we're coming back. In the meantime, let's take a little trip down memory lane.
Oh, the greatest songs of all are the ones that I recall. They wrote them in the good old days. Remember,
Sweet Adeline and Harrigan
it's fine to mention a name or two. Little Annie Rooney by the old mill stream. Heart of my heart and peg of my heart and doodly-doodly-doo. That's the way my dad and mother used to sing it. Sailing away on Harmony Bay, your rolling ring was new. Babyface and honeysuckle rose. Yes, the greatest songs of all are the ones that I recall. They wrote them in the good old days. They wrote them in the good old days. Those ever-loving good old days.
How about I want a girl who's just like the girl by the light of the silvery moon?
Put your arms around me, honey, hold me tight. Some of these days, if I find my way, the old soft shoe. Hum along and whistle if you know the chorus. What'll I do? It had to be you and Mexicali Rose. Keep her to that Yankee Doodle boy. Yes, the greatest songs of all are the ones that I recall. They wrote them in the good old days.
Watch this, Becky's
toe, tap, rhythm. Put your arms around me, honey, hold me tight. Sway right with them. Hum along and whistle if you know the chorus. Can't forget them. Keep her to that Yankee Doodle boy. Yes, the greatest songs of all, the ones that I recall. They wrote them in the good old, ever-loving good old.
Yeah,
they wrote them in those ever-loving good old days. Those good old days. 2, 3, 4, good old days. Yeah.
Yeah, the good old days, the good old songs. Isn't that what barbershop is all about? Sure it is. But once in a while, a song comes along from a different place than we normally get barbershop songs. Maybe it didn't come from the turn of the century or that old piano bench in the parlor. Every once in a while, a barbershop arranger will search as far afield for a song as maybe the Broadway stage. And he'll hear a musical with an unlikely name of Cats. And he'll hear a song in there that'll capture the essence of moments like these. Moments reliving old memories with old friends, making a whole bunch of new memories with our new friends.
Midnight, not a sound from the pavement as the moon lost her memory. She is smiling alone in the lamplight. The withered leaves collect at my feet, and the wind begins to moan. Memory alone in the moonlight, I can smile at the old days. Life was beautiful then. I remember the time I knew what happiness was. Let the memory live again. Every street lamp seems to beat a fatalistic warning. Someone mutters and the street lamp stutters, and soon it will be morning. Daylight, I must wait for the sunrise. I must think of a new life, and I mustn't give in. When the dawn comes, tonight will be a memory too, and a new day will begin. Burnt out ends of smoke
days, the stale coal smell of morning.
The street lamp dies, another night is over, and another day is dawning. Touch me, it's so easy to leave me all alone with the memory of my days in the sun. If you touch me, you'll understand what happiness is. Look, a new day has begun. It's so easy to leave me all alone with the memory. Look, a new day's begun.
Let's have some fun. Why not?
My dad used to say, find a girlie right away and bring her on home today. My father was a widower and we lived all alone with no one in our home that we could call our own. But sad to state, I grew to hate that weary, dreary life. Made up my mind I'd go and find a loving little wife. I met a little dear and courted her a year. And oh, what pretty things I used to whisper in her ear. I used to call her baby. She seemed like a baby to me. When she said that we should wed, you bet I was glad. Then I took her home and introduced her to Dad. That's when I lost my baby. For Dad had coin, you see. She never even stopped to say ta-ta. Next day she turned around and married Pa. And just to think I used to call her baby, and now she's a mother to me. Yes, sir, lost my baby. No, sir, told me maybe Dad has got my baby now. Baby face, you got my cutest little baby face. There's not another one could take her place. Baby face, I'm alone, forgotten. How could you be so rotten? I want a girl just like the girl that married dear old Dad. I used to call her baby, but since she's my mother, oh gee, anytime she comes along and sits on my knee, she don't seem to have the same attraction for me. And just to think she was my baby, it's got me up a tree. Now when my evening prayers have all been said, amen, she always tucks me in my little bed. Just to think I used to call her baby, my little baby, and now she's a mother too. I don't want a girl, I don't even need a girl. I just want my mama, my dear old mama.
Thank you. You guys are something. What a great crowd. We can listen to you all night. Even you folks up there in the cheap seats. That's terrific.
Oh, there's some up there. Oh, look at them all up there.
You know, ever since Dick and the gang invited us to come out and sing in Eugene, and it seems like it was 100 years ago, but it actually, we normally about 2 years in advance we do these things. We've been wanting to get out here in the worst way. So we took 101. No, I'm only kidding. That's the best way. Two of our guys came out early and they did that thing up the coast, and they said it was just gorgeous. This whole section of the country. Do you realize how beautiful this is out here? Chicago is right in the middle of a cornfield.
I was kind of hoping to get snowed in so we could stay out here.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mentioned how bad we want to get here, and we do, but we always leave home with a little bit of reluctance. This, of course, as you know, is a hobby with us. We do it only on weekends. And Timmy, our tenor, by the way, he works for Commonwealth Edison, which is always met with a huge round of indifference.
What is it?
Beloved utility company. Yes. Anyway, while he's celebrating this occasion here on the stage with us, the rest of his family is back in Chicago celebrating the birthday of his Aunt Lulu, who is 99 years old tonight.
Today's her birthday.
Today's her birthday.
Thank you.
And she's a neat gal. She's our biggest fan. You know, Timmy felt real bad about leaving on such a special occasion, so last week he was going to take her out to dinner and have a little kind of pre-celebration with her, and he said, "Come on, Lulu, let's go out and do the town." She said, "Oh, I'd like to go out with you, Timmy, but I can't because I got a date." And he said, "Really?" This is a true story. He said, "How old's the guy you're going out with?" She says, "He's 104. He says, "Well, I hope you have a nice time." So off she went on her date, and the next night she's sitting in front of the TV doing her knitting, you know, and he said, "Lulu, did you have a nice time on your date?" She says, "Oh, I had a pretty good time, yeah, but I had to slap his face 3 times. Timmy says, "You don't mean to tell me he got fresh?" She says, "No, it wasn't that. He says, I thought he was dead." Oh, my God. She was a right feisty old gal, you know. You know, we mentioned the Broadway stage. Here's another one that comes from the Broadway stage, also from an unlikely sounding musical.
What kind of fool am I who never fell in love? It seems that I'm the only one that I have been thinking of. What kind of man is this? An empty shell, a lonely cell in which an empty heart must dwell. What kind of lips are these that lied with every kiss, that whispered empty words of love and left me alone like this? What kind of eyes are these that could not see what could be seen by everybody else but me? What kind of clown am I? What do I know of life? Why can't I cast away this mask of play and live my life? Why can't I fall in love like any other man? And maybe then I'll know what kind of fool I am. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That might be too much mine today. What do you think? Wow, great.
Not bad for a little fat kid, huh? Ah, we kid, you know. Chucky also has a job in real life. Chuck's a commercial artist by design. He can't help it, actually. He was drawn to it. And we want you, I think they're getting hostile.
I don't blame him.
We want you to know that he's taken this hobby of ours very seriously indeed, because 3 weeks ago, Chuck joined Weight Watchers. And so far, he's lost 21 days.
I get it.
You know, we talked about the old songs a little while ago. Oh, you know, we keep talking about reasons why we love to come places and with the bittersweet emotions that we have once in a while. Saturday nights is always tough to leave Illinois. I don't know what's going on out here, but we got lotto fever back in Illinois. Man, we have a state lottery that keeps building up week after week. They say this week it's worth $45 million. Who couldn't use lots more of that long green?
Money, 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 lots of money, 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 lots of money. Ain't it funny how I'm always out of money? Oh, maybe what I couldn't do with plenty of money and you, in spite of the worry that money brings. Just a little filthy lucre buys a lot of things, and I could take you to places you'd like to go. But outside of that, I've no use for dough. It's the root of all evil, of strife and upheaval. But I'm certain, honey, that life could be sunny with plenty of money and you. Oh, baby, what I couldn't do with lots and lots and lots and lots of money and you. Forget the worry that money brings. Just a little filthy lucre, just a little buys a lot of things, and I take you places both high and low. Outside of that, as you well know, I've no use for dough, the root of all evil, of strife and upheaval. But I'm certain, honey, that life could be sunny with plenty of money and money, 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 and money, 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 and money.
Well, working our way down the quartet brings us inevitably and regrettably to the baritone. Every barbershop quartet must have a baritone. We are no exception. Choruses aren't so lucky. They need to have more than one. Okay. You can always, by the way, recognize the baritone in the quartet. He's the guy with the thick neck and the flat forehead. And that's because when you ask him what his part is, he goes, I don't know, I don't know. And when you tell him what it is, he goes, oh yeah!
That hurt.
The baritone part in our quartet rests in the somewhat shaky hands of Richard Kingdon himself. Okay. Go ahead. Don't be bashful.
Kingdom. Yeah, come on.
He's got it coming. And he's going to get it. Because Dick also has a job in real life. Dick's job falls into that oxymoron category. Of course, you know what we mean by oxymorons. Those are the two-word phrases that we put together, but they usually don't go together. In fact, usually the words are direct opposites. There's lots of them. Phrases like jumbo, shrimp.
Okay, I get
Think about that for a minute. Yeah, oh yeah. There's a lot. Pretty ugly.
Yeah. That one's awful good.
Military intelligence. Postal service. Happily married. Dick's job also falls into the oxymoron category. Richard is a government worker.
When I hear Dixieland jazz and razzle-a-tazz, I long to hear piano roll blues. I want to hear it again. I want to hear it again. The old piano roll blues. We're sitting at an upright, my sweetie and me, pushing on the pedals, making sweet harmony. When we hear ring-kitty-tink and we hear pling-kitty-pling, we come a closer it seems. And while we kiss, kiss, kiss away all our cares, the player piano's playing razzmatazz. I want to hear it again. I want to hear it again. The old piano roll blues. Let me hear piano roll razzmatazz. How I love that Dixieland jazz. I wanna hear it again. I wanna hear it again. The old piano roll blues. We're sitting at an upright, my sweetie and me, pushing on the pedals, making sweet harmony. When we hear ring-kitty-tink and we hear pling-kitty-pling, we cuddle closer it seems. And while we kiss, kiss, kiss away all our cares, the player piano's playing razzmatazz. I want to hear it again. I want to hear it again. The old piano roll blues. Piano roll blues.
Oh, won't you play?
Please won't you play it? Please don't delay it. Why don't you play those low down? The old piano roll.
What's the matter? Ain't you got no homes? Now I'm only kidding. Of course we'll do another one. I'm stalling a little bit now for time because it's time to talk about myself. I sing bass in the quartet, and my name is Don Bagley. I don't usually like to talk about myself because I'm kind of a humble guy. We don't like it either. And I also have a job in real life, but there's nothing particularly funny about it. I'm an anesthetist in a hospital. So somebody laughs, right?
I think everybody did.
For those of you who watch MASH, I'm the guy they refer to as the gas passer.
Yes.
It's kind of a cute little nickname they have for anesthetists. And as I said, there's nothing particularly funny about what I do, and I don't want to get too serious either, Lord knows, but I would like to take this brief opportunity to set the record straight about a much maligned profession in our society. I want you people out there to rest secure in the knowledge that the doctors of today are every bit as dedicated as they used to be. They really are. Just because they don't make house calls anymore, and people always complain their bills are too high, and they suffer from that terrible malpractice problem, it doesn't mean that they're not the same warm, wonderful, caring professionals that they've always been. I work with a surgeon, for instance. The guy is fantastic. Nothing is too good for his patients. If you can't afford an operation, he'll touch up your x-rays for you. Well, he's a great guy. He had a patient not long ago. He only gave him 6 months to live. Now, the guy couldn't pay his bill, so he gave him another 6 months. You know. There was only time, you know. He called one of his patients recently and he said, "Mrs. Jones, your check came back." She said, "So did my arthritis."
We get records.
You know, we're going to be up in the lobby afterwards. We've got some albums and some tapes up there for sale. We've got one that's brand new. It features the song that we did from Cats, that Memories thing. And it's so new the ink is still warm. And it gives us an opportunity to meet you and get to know you a little better and to shake your hands, you know, and just so come on up and say hi to us. And you don't have to buy one of our albums if you don't want to. Of course, we don't have to shake your hands either. You know.
Don't listen to him. It's time for us to close our part of the program, and we have a special song that sings of goodbye. Goodbye. Can you really say goodbye? How can a kiss become bittersweet when the loving days are through? And why do lives become incomplete? I ask only this of you. Kiss me one more time before we say goodbye. You can't be leaving, not really leaving. Put your head upon my shoulder, please don't cry. And dear, I'll try to hide the tear that's in my eye. You said at the beginning that you would always stay. Now you're the one who's winning, and I'm the one to pay. I can't be just friends with you. I'll never try. So just kiss me one more time. Just hold me one more time. Please kiss me once before you say goodbye.
I'm glad the other three guys in my quartet weren't here. Just when you think you're getting pretty good, along comes somebody like the Chiefs to blow the roof off, and you suddenly realize you need a little more work. Like maybe 30 years. Just a couple of thoughts before we close. Our radio set was designed and constructed by Bruce Nidever and Gordon Burtner. Thank you very much, guys. If you enjoyed what you heard tonight, why don't you visit the Cascade Chorus on guest night, 7:30 p.m., Tuesday, May 26th. They meet in the Willamette Lane Senior Center in Springfield, and they'd love to see you. That's Tuesday, May 26th, 7:30. And when you're circling the calendar for May 26th, do yourself a favor and flip ahead 1 year and circle Saturday, May 22nd. We'll be right here at 8 p.m. sharp with a show you're going to love. And finally, I'll remind you that the Chiefs of Staff tapes will be available in the lobby as you leave. I guess that's it, except to say thank you so much for coming, and we'll see you next year. Bye-bye.